Greetings, Commanders. How are you today? You had no idea I was going for that,
Hi.
did you? So, how are we? I am Stephen Benedetti, one of the community managers here on Elite Dangerous, and I am joined by Paige, another community manager here on Elite Dangerous. Well, sort of. Well, you are here, but you're in a different kind of place just now, right now.
I'm currently in space.
You're currently in space instead of spaceship, as you can see. It doesn't look like that, but she is. But yes, today we are doing a fantastic stream. We are going to have a look at somebody playing VR for Elite Dangerous. So not only is it just going to be myself and Paige, we've got a very special guest on with us. Some of you may know him. If you don't know him, you should definitely check him out. It's Malik VR.
It is Malik. Hi, Malik. Are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you. If anybody in the chat cannot hear Malik, please let us know. And you are currently streaming yourself, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Very nice. And how are you doing today, Malik?
I am doing excellent. How are you all?
Pretty good. I've been strapped into this headset for a large majority of the day, so...
Well, this is one of the things. It was actually when I came here, one of the big things that I wanted to do was get a VR kind of stream kind of going, and it was just such a cool idea to try and get that sorted, and to have you come on with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime.
Anytime.
So, will we just jump straight in to see what you're having a look at?
Yeah, I mean, I've not really stopped staring out the windows yet, so definitely.
Here we are. So you are currently in Malik's ship, aren't you?
I am, and I'm guessing people can now see this. I can't see any of the chat or anything, and of course we will talk to Malik about that shortly, because streaming VR, he does need to be able to do these things. But right now I am just fully immersed.
Yeah, so by the way, that's just a pre-warning before we kind of get into this. If Paige is moving her head too much because of this new experience, you'll obviously be wanting to look around and jump. Please don't do that because you're moving too much. If you feel sick, let us know and I'll try and wrangle her back to sticking into one shape.
I'll do my best.
The other news that we've got just now is that we've just posted some information on mining. We've just put an announcement out today over in the forums. If you want to check that out, then head on over there and check that out. But we're going to start today with, so Malik, you're going to be talking, we've got you on to kind of talk about your experience with VR, how you kind of got into it, what you use it for, why you use it, but also you two are going to be doing some cool stuff today, aren't you?
We've got a range of activities.
Sorry, Malik, you were saying?
Oh yeah, gonna have a few activities that we're gonna be doing today. Yes.
Fantastic. So what's the first activity that we're going to be doing?
We're gonna first start off. We're just gonna do a little bit of some canyon running while we just talk about some things. I know you guys had some questions for me.
Certainly.
So it's gonna fly around and while we do that a little bit.
All right, so let's start the easy one. How do you pronounce your ship name? Because I know, but you know, I'm sure Stephen doesn't. So.
The ship is pronounced fish.
As you can see, G-H-O-T-I.
It is, yeah, it's one of those play on words. It's the GH is pronounced like the F in enough.
Oh,
kind of thing.
Okay, like
O is
enough.
in woman, and TI is like in nation. So it's one of those really messed up words. It for me, like a lot of my ships all have stories behind the names. The fish thing came into play because my science ships tend to be fish-based, and my first science ship was an Asp Explorer that I named Magikarp because it was useless in a fight. So,
all it did was splash.
That's brilliant. That's fantastic. That's a really good, clever name to put together for that.
It's a cool one.
It's better than mine. Mine's is just that. Well, I think my first ship name was the Flying Scotsman.
It was. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, as we can see here, fish.
Fish, awesome.
So, Malik, what's the first thing we're going to be doing? Because I'm multi-crewed in.
We're just going to do a little bit of some canyon running here. So we're going to take off here.
Ooh.
Oh my God! It's, it's already terrifying.
So, oh wow! So obviously, right now I'm not in VR. I'm seeing exactly the same as what you guys should be seeing. But Paige, can you describe your experience a wee bit?
Well, if you could pass a bucket, then no,
You're not throwing up in this stream.
I'm actually fine. That's why I've literally been playing for the last few days, because I knew this was going to happen, and so I was like, let's give it a go. So I'm not actually doing much right now. I'm a passenger. I'm just going to be giving you guys a tour out of the windows and avoiding the panels, obviously.
Yeah. And the heads.
Now this is. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, on you go,
Oh no, this is actually my second time ever appearing on a Frontier stream. The first time was a few years back with Ed and Will, and we did some canyon running at that time too. And I remember at the end of that one, they looked a little bit green at the end.
Well, Will's got really bad. I think Will's in the chat.
That wasn't in VR either.
Oh, it was just normal. Well,
yeah, that was just normal. They were watching on the screen.
Well, that. Will's got really bad motion sickness. We were all getting in the car, and he had to take motion sickness tablets. I get motion sickness, so I had to take motion sickness tablets. And we were all talking about it, and so we were saying, who should kind of do this VR stream? And I like VR games, but I once at it was my brother-in-law's stag do. We took him to this. This racing Formula One style VR thing, and that was so cool. So we've got a wee quick question in the chat. We just want to do a PSVR. We've got no plans to do a PSVR at the moment. If that changes in the future, we will let you know. I know a lot of people are asking about that, so that's where we're standing on that one there. Yeah. And the VR set that we are using is the Oculus Rift S.
Yes, the same one that Malik has.
The same one that Malik has, but without the googly eyes.
Oh my god. Like, this is incredible to watch, and obviously we've watched Malik streams for a good long time, so we know what it's like just sort of seeing Malik fly, but being in Malik's ship is also like super cool and super terrifying at the same time.
Yeah, Asti Collins put one of a nice wee face of Malik in the chat on the Twitch.
Oh yes, got the emotes.
The emotes get it going. So some people say that VR is the only way to play this game, so that's quite an interesting thing to start off with. Is Malik, why did you originally pick this game, and why did you choose the VR to use to play?
When I originally got in on the Oculus Kickstarter like years and years ago, so I've been doing this since like 2013, and they were very early on in the Oculus thing, and they were trying out all the VR tech demos and everything. And I went online late 2014, Googled VR space games. Elite Dangerous was available to download, so you could play it in beta, and it had VR support.
Sweet.
Joined that, been playing ever since.
Oh wow! And have you ever tried to play without VR?
I have tried. I lose like all my kind of like sense of what's around me all the time. It like once you're able to like look around and see everything, or just losing the information, because everything's in 3D. You have that bit of depth to it, right?
Yeah.
You lose that depth, and it's really difficult to kind of judge, and it's really difficult to judge distances and figure out where I need to go with things.
So Dunko already says, Malik, how do you stream and not make people seasick while playing in VR?
That is another thing that just because I've been doing the VR streaming thing since about 2015, I just kind of had to watch my videos over time, and I started realizing that, hey, if I'm looking around all wild, like the camera's shaking and people get sick, I had to start thinking, like I had to like purposely think my head is a camera mount, try to move slower and all that kind of stuff, make all the movements purposeful.
That's what Malik obviously gave me this advice before the stream, so I'm doing my best, but do let Stephen know if it's a little jolty at all, because I have played in VR a few times over the last 4 years, but I don't own a set personally at home. Otherwise, there is no other way I think I would play most games that have VR support.
The Reaper says, essentially Malik became an owl. Do you agree with that statement?
I mean...
Pretty much. This is probably going to be something that Paige might have to do. But okay, so Paige, I'm gonna do a thing.
Okay.
What I need you to do is keep your head parallel to the ground.
Oh, okay.
So if I roll the ship like this, you tilt your head to one side.
Ah.
You know, if you're just keeping with the horizon, but if I start doing a maneuver like this and roll the other direction, sometimes you're trying to smooth that motion out, if that makes sense.
Okay.
A lot of times also as well, if I start sliding the ship sideways, I tend to look the direction the ship is going rather than the direction the ship is pointing.
That is actually pretty clever.
So yeah, in this stream we are going to be asking, obviously, Malik, being such a pro with the VR and having it for such a long time, any hints or tips or tricks that he has if you're wanting to get into VR, wanting to use VR for Elite Dangerous, that kind of stuff, or any other kind of title? Like, what is it you would like to use your VR for, and if you've got any questions about that or streaming it, because that's obviously your skill set behind you has got that experience with doing VR and doing it really well. Because I mean, we watch some of your streams and they are fantastic. I've never felt sick watching a stream that you do. It's always informative, it's fun, and I think you do a great job at that. So thank you for coming on and helping with this stuff. But my big question is how. So earlier I was doing this with Paige, and Paige had to get me to click one of the buttons because obviously she couldn't see it. How do you get your setup with the VR stuff? Do you need to know where everything is?
For myself, I like dove in feet first, so I went in with a HOTAS and all that kind of stuff. So I had like a whole bunch of different buttons to do it. But I also use voice attack. So I've written my own voice attack profile that allows me. I think I'm currently at 2,600 separate locations that I can ask for, and then it will type it into the galaxy map, for example.
Wow.
Actually, I don't know if I can actually do this. Hold on one second. Location of Thargoid Site 1. Does that pop up in local chat? Did you see that in the game?
Let's have a look. No.
In the chat window? It
No.
does not.
Oh, there you go.
It
Yes,
just came
there
up.
it is.
It has. It's just came up.
Okay, so
Clever.
yeah, like things like that, I've got ways that I can pull up any kind of information and pretty much use the in-game chat as like an in-game clipboard. The same kind of deal is used to paste into the galaxy map, so I don't ever have to take the headset off.
Nice.
Wow. And that's really cool, because the other thing as well is you end up with a lot more control. So when I was setting up the VR earlier, Will and I took it out for a wee spin, and we went to some asteroids and we flew around them and tried to get really close, because like you said, because it's a 3D space, your depth perception is a lot closer, so you can kind of feel the ship and where it's going. Do you think that helps you race in these canyons?
Quite a bit, yeah. I mean, like, it's like if I'm going at a thing, like I've got this crater here in front of me. If I'm planning on going around that crater, I can now judge, okay, my ship will slow down, and I can now find this crater, go around it, and boost or whatever I need to do to get around that specific crater. Being able to judge that distance is very, very important for any kind of maneuvers like that.
Wow, yeah, and that looked really smooth when you were doing that also. Good job, Paige, for catching up.
Oh, thank you. And obviously with VR as well, Malik knows this as well, but you can use pretty much any control device that you want to. So I'm currently using an Xbox One controller, whereas Malik, you use, is it dual sticks you use with pedals?
No, I'm using a Warthog HOTAS with pedals.
Okay, fair enough.
I do know that there are a bunch of PvP pilots that even use mouse and keyboard and use VR.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
really
if you
cool.
can touch type, it probably helps a little bit. Like, I was able to find keys after a minute of sort of practicing. Oh, that's much faster than it was earlier.
Ooh.
Okay.
A little bit, sorry.
No, that's fine. It's fun. Keep going. Like, so I've never been on a roller coaster in real life, but you know, this is a close second, I feel.
You've never been on a roller coaster in your life?
I mean, I've been on one of those like Mickey Mouse kids ones, but never been on
Were you
a
an
proper...
adult or were you a kid?
No, I was about 6.
He's breaking into the
I've
kids ones.
never been on a proper one. So.
Yeah.
I've never been to a theme park.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've got you've never been to a theme park?
Nope.
That is insane. Wow. So see when it comes to doing the VR for such a long time, have you got any tips to help with motion sickness, as like the setup, or like obviously if you decide that you're doing it for, because you do quite long streams, don't you? Do like 7 to 9 hour streams at times.
Something that, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got this in, because I remember I had it on the other day and I took it off and I was walking about and I felt a bit disconnected to the world.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the biggest thing with virtual reality is there's a very, very important number that is probably the most important thing for VR use. It's something called Interpupillary Distance, or IPD. Pretty much it's the distance between your eyes.
Right.
That number is the most important thing. If you have that number off even by 0.5 millimeter, the scale of the game, everything feels wrong. And it's one of those deals of you might not realize what it is, but your brain, being the amazing computer it is, it does know that something's wrong. And the way that your body kind of tells you, hey, this is not good, is you start having things like nausea and stuff like that. Like for example, like look at how far apart the eyes of a mouse are, and look how far apart the eyes of an elephant are. If you had a really narrow IPD like a mouse, but you told the computer, hey, my IPD is as wide as an elephant, your scale is going to feel incredibly wrong.
The easiest way,
and for a lot of people, oh, go ahead.
So I was just going to say, the easiest way I can describe it to chat is if you've ever put on somebody's glasses that weren't yours and the world started feeling very wibbly wobbly and the floor started to feel the wrong shape, just extremely strong glasses. So that's kind of how it will feel if you get the measurements wrong. Back to you, Malik.
But I mean, that's like one of the most important measurements. Like I've had times like early on when the development kits for the Oculus did not have IPD adjustments. I could play the game for a while, take the headset off, and I'd get this weird tunnel vision afterwards. Later on, when some people made some 3D printed things to adjust the lenses, I fixed that, and then suddenly all those weird issues kind of went away. The more modern headsets all have like adjustments or design of the optics, so it doesn't do that as much.
That's good. So that's how you'd say that it keeps you going throughout those long hours.
Yeah.
Nice. So a really interesting thing from Jessica Sonnet said, has anyone else ever fallen over while using VR in Elite? The first time I tried it on, I went to lean on the dashboard and fell over. Has anything like that happened to you?
Yeah. Well, I didn't fall over because I was sitting, but I looked into the back of my ship when I've, like the second time I ever used VR, and I was in a Type 9, and I looked at the back and I spun too far, wrapped myself up in the cable and fell backwards out my chair, and it was in the office. And just hit the floor, and everyone was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm an idiot, but yes."
Physically, I'm fine, but mentally.
Mentally, leave me alone, please.
And what about you, Malik?
Now, myself, when the Vulture first came out years ago, I bought it on day one and proceeded to get up, walk around the cockpit, because it's got the VR devices do have that positional tracking, so you can limited walk around the cockpit a little bit. But I proceeded to try to lean on a railing that was not really there in real life. And yeah, I did fall down.
Well, I was finding myself earlier, because you can obviously see right now because you're from my perspective, but there's this bright orange glowy ship in front of me in the HUD. And I keep trying to grab it because it's so shiny, and it's obviously there's nothing here. It's just my hand. That and trying to touch the HOTAS and going, no, this is a desk. That's not correct.
That's crazy.
And it does throw you for a second because it's like, that's not the distance things are meant to be. Like, I can perfectly see my legs are down here.
There's many times during my stream where I'll go to point at something and then I'm like, you guys can't see what I'm pointing at. I'm just pointing at a random spot in my room.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Have you ever had the issue that the doors went or something like that, or somebody's like came to the door and you've had to get your VR headset off, and it's like that strand, because taking the stuff on and off as well is quite, especially because you're so immersed in it. It's like all the wires, but then you're also like, oh, my eyes, and getting running to the door as somebody's there with a pizza. You're like, oh.
I have done that. Yes, I've done that. My thing though too is that, I mean, just weird thing with my stream, I do a lot of like 3D printing stuff too, so I've made my own kind of audio stuff. So I don't have extra cables. I only have the one. So I mean, I've made my own kind of solutions for that part, but I don't have to mess with a tangle of cables, just a single one.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a tangle going on right now.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
So Dunkel Aura just says, at Will Flanagan, if I have a question regarding Elite Dangerous Player Journals API, where can I find answers to best that? Well, you can always message us direct. You can message us at community at Frontier. No, Elite Dangerous. What do I do? I always do this wrong. Community at frontier.co.uk, or you can message us on Discord, and you can message us on the forums and stuff like that. We'll try and get back to you as soon as we can.
Alternately, you can open the support ticket because they may be able to at least get your question to the right people, or they'll be able to answer it. One of the two.
Because we have a great team.
Fantastic team.
Yeah.
In fact, they helped us set up the stream a little bit, so thank you guys.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now, Malik, are we wanting to get onto activity 2 soon?
Yes,
Which
we can
is
go do that as well.
It's going to be a test of my skills, seeing as I've been doing great. I'm just sat here right now, and next I need to actually drive.
Yes, and thank you again, Jessica. So we she's put in the YouTube channel.
Oh, no!
She's put in the the YouTube channel, Malik VR's Twitch and YouTube and his Twitter. Go check him out.
Definitely.
It's brilliant. Thank you for doing that. Micro Warning 9 Paige, do you have a bucket ready? We didn't actually bring one.
My stomach's actually like steel right now. I'm doing super well.
You didn't eat before, so we normally have something to eat before we come to these streams because we come here a wee bit later. And she didn't eat a thing. She had like a chocolate bar. She's still not ate. And I'm kind of glad you did that. I was like, why am I the only one eating here? Like this is a bit weird. Now I know why you done it. Thank you.
Well, it's also deliberate because I'm making dinner when I get home. I'm just having like super fancy sandwiches. So.
Super fancy sandwiches.
But this is not food stream.
This is not food
ship stream.
We always end up getting back into food. But again, more importantly, this is one of the big things. What would you say are one of the massive benefits of using a VR set? If you're able to get one, purchase one, and use it, what would you say the benefits are having a virtual reality set used?
For me, like it's all immersion, like to be there and everything. So like when I go and I drive my real life car versus playing a racing sim, or we didn't really talk about this earlier, but I am a commercial helicopter pilot as well. So when I go fly a real helicopter versus fly one in a flight sim, you can't get that feeling while playing on a flat screen. And I have a whole genre of games now that I cannot play on a screen anymore. It has to have VR or I just can't play it. So considering that, like racing sims, you play those in VR and you feel like you're there in the car racing around a track. If you fly a flight sim, you feel like you're in the cockpit flying the airplane around. I kind of have to figure that if these spaceships actually existed in real life, this is what it would feel like to be swinging through an alien canyon right now.
Oh, wow.
Well,
That's amazing.
I mean, I'll try not to make anyone nauseous, but I'll have a little look around. But you can see the cockpits in quite a lot of detail as well. You know, you've got all your cables, all the glass has got decoration on it, you've got pipes. And if I go back here beyond the seat, you've got railings, you've got all kinds of displays, you've
Buttons
got
and stuff.
things all over the floor, you've got stairs, I've got legs, that's great. I mean, I'm really pleased about that. But keep going, you've got more over here, you've got doors, like, it's huge. It's absolutely, oh, hi, Chair. It's absolutely huge.
So I've got an interesting question. The film's by Nick. Does VR work if you have sight in only one eye?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Interesting question.
I mean, I cannot answer that myself. However, my roommate has astigmatism, and I have read multiple threads on Reddit about people that have vision in one eye. You can still see things just like you do in real life, but even the fact that, and Paige, you might have to do this, but like look down at your person and then move to the side. That side-to-side movement, because of parallax, you know, the mountain in the distance looks like it doesn't move as fast as the fence close to you, kind of thing. Parallax, you still can kind of see depth by doing that.
I will say as well, I have rubbish eyes. I have long-sightedness, short-sightedness, and double astigmatism. So I'm currently wearing my glasses under this headset, and it's perfect. There's a very tiny amount of sort of blurriness from my astigmatism, but most of it is absolutely perfect.
Can you like close one eye and see if it works?
I mean, that doesn't really, I don't think it's exactly the same.
That counts. Just do that and see if you can do VR
Okay,
for a bit.
well, if I close my good eye, so I have my worst eye.
No, use the good eye. Use the good eye. Don't use the bad eye.
Okay, fine. All right, so It does feel a little strange, but I can still see all the depth.
Yeah. Anyone who just tuned in and saw me putting my hand over my eye, I was checking that. Just checking that if you had. I don't know why I'm not wearing one, but I was like putting my hand over my eye, going, oh, you did like one eye.
Does this work?
My idea does this work in life?
Is this good?
It does work. So if you're just joining in, we are doing a stream that we're looking at the VR and what the VR is like. In Elite Dangerous, and we have the fantastically knowledgeable, incredibly talented Malik VR with us to answer some of your burning questions. So if you have any questions about VR, you're thinking about getting a VR, you're unsure about VR, let us know and we'll try and get some answers and stuff for you. I think we got another interesting question.
Well, Stephen, just while we get ready for the next part, do you want to take us back to our main screen?
Yes, I can do just that. That's us here.
Excellente. Right.
So this is where we do some dev magic, I believe.
Well, something like that.
Some dev magic. So Joshua Storm has asked, is this Steam Oculus or standalone? So we are playing the Oculus Rift S, and we are using Steam. We're playing Elite through Steam VR. And that's what we're doing just now. How come we can't see the body in the front screen? What do you mean by that? If there's any more clarification there. If you couldn't see Malik VR, it's because Paige was sitting in her own ship. Sorry, he was sitting in the back of Malik's ship and he was sitting in the front, so you could only see the chair that was going on there.
Right, and then you can feel free to pop us back in whenever.
So, okay, we're going to quickly jump back into the game. Whoa, look at this place.
Oh, look, a completely different ship. And this one's green.
We've got a green one.
We've got a green one. We have got an Alliance Challenger. This one's mine.
Don't go on a dev magic to a fleet carrier. Good try. We just want to say that we have no information on fleet carriers as of yet, but stick around. As we said, we'll be announcing at some point this year, and we're really looking forward to doing that, and we are shouting the rooftops, but we will not be doing any of that tonight. Tonight, we are celebrating all the VR that is in Elite Dangerous.
This one has nice wooden floors. That's very nice.
It's very nice to
decorative.
have that. Strap-in Paige is flying. Yeah, that
Well,
was a
I
big
won't be
worry.
flying just
Not
yet.
flying.
I'll be driving. Oh, helps if I don't look down at the wrong time. Right, I've sent a wing invite over there. Oh, you're in multi-crew. Get out of multi-crew, Malik.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
It's all right, I can see him.
So now we've got, where are you just now? Look, what are these
I
other
mean,
things?
let's have a look.
What are all these
Can
things?
anyone tell what these giant space bananas are?
And if you tell what a giant space banana is, you will get an Elite Dangerous paint job. I'm going to give out a paint job for that. So
Oh.
if you can get the name of what these
Well, just tell us where we are.
big bananas, space bananas are. Yeah, so we will give you a Frontier Crate Mark II paint job.
Well, this isn't terrifying at all. I totally don't feel like I'm about to die. Oh, no. Hi. You're flashing lights at me.
Right from the back.
Well, yeah, in VR, this... I'm trying to think. So this kind of is reminding me of, like, Star Trek movies where the ship just decides to come right into your window and then blow you away.
It does look really strange. So for me, it's quite interesting because obviously I'm not getting to experience the full VR effect, but oh look, there's some tricks there. That's showing off there. And am I true to say that you're doing this all with Flight Assist off? For people who play Elite Dangerous, some people play with Flight Assist on, helps balance the ship, or you use Flight Assist off quite a lot, don't you?
I switch back and forth as need be.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a back and forth kind of thing. I'm actually attempting to build my own controller in the future too to do Flight Assist off flight. So
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, because I asked you for some advice when we met at Fantasticon. So Asticon said it's a Thargoid structure, isn't it? Does that count?
Well, if we look over this side, I think you'll find that that is correct.
Oh, so Asticon, you have won a Frontier Crate Mark II paint job. I just wanted to throw a wee bit of a giveaway in there. So if you could
Cheeky.
email community@frontier.co.uk with your name, say, I want a paint job, and we will get that sorted for you as soon as possible.
Right. Well, Malik, you might want to find somewhere to land because we're not just here to look at this, are we? Nah.
correct. We're going to be going inside.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. That is just so cool.
That's amazing. I just got a question from Philip_R. Who's the guy in the purple shirt? I am Stephen Benedetti. I am one of the community managers here on Elite Dangerous, and I have been here for 7 months now.
Yeah.
And it has been wonderful. So I'm on with Paige, if you don't recognise her because she has machinery in front of her face. This is Paige.
I've been assimilated, I'm afraid. Yes. Now, I will warn you all, so I will do my absolute best to drive this thing and not make anybody horrendously nauseous, because the SRV can feel a little unwieldy. So what I have done is I've essentially locked the horizon, so you will see that the SRV moves, but it feels like the world stays still, so that really has helped with sort of nausea.
Because it's
and all
normally
that
like,
kind of thing.
because of the
that
plants.
is one of the 2 nausea options, or anti-nausea options that are in the game.
Yeah.
They're under graphics as well.
Hi, Stephen. Sorry, I need to look out this window.
Sorry, it's okay. So I was, I think my barf bag deployed. I think a good suggestion from Blip is each time Paige bumps the ship, tap her on the head for realism. I think that's a good idea. So just like
Wait,
a
what? Ah,
and it'll feel like
jeez.
you've hit something.
Whew.
I need to be careful because it's expensive equipment.
Yeah,
but I do
thank
like
you,
the
mate.
idea.
Oh,
Just
don't worry
every-
about me. Just
Every time we'll just tap her on the head if she hits it. We'll make it realistic.
Either way, but yeah, look at the size of these wheels.
It's huge, isn't it? They're quite, well, the scale for me doesn't really help because I've got it this, but I think, do you know what was quite fun for me was the first time I really experienced Elite in VR. It's just stunning. You know, it's beautiful.
Hi, Malik. So, am I following you?
Yep, the center of the structure is over this way.
What's one of the nicest things that you think you've seen in using your VR headset? What would you think is one that you really remember?
Oh, here we go.
I actually did a personal goal of my own to go to Beagle Point.
Oh wow!
And I did a speed run from Earth to Beagle Point on New Year's Day in 8 hours, 1 minute, 10 seconds. I was so close to getting below 8 hours. But on the way back, I decided to stop by every single known tourist beacon that is more than 1,000 light years from Earth. So I added 400,000 light years worth of travel on the way back. And I saw some really amazing places. A lot of those tourist beacons are in some of the most amazing kind of
Thank you.
viewing sites that's possible in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Wee.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right, I'm figuring it out. We're getting there. It's like riding a bike upstairs.
Yeah, so like Asticon says, stations are the best place to see the scale of Elite. And
We're upside down.
oh, we've.
So this is actually deliberate. So I'm going to pretend I did that on purpose. So that is one of the other anti-nausea options. It will black out the screen if you do any absolutely crazy rolls, because obviously being in a canister which spins constantly is a little bit terrifying.
And as some of you may have known from watching some of our other streams, our full throttle stream was the racing stream that we done, and we had an SRV race, and Paige blew up.
I did.
She smashed a lot, so I don't know why I've gave you control.
I am doing my absolute best right now.
All right, now Paige, before we go inside, I do need you to take a look at something though. Real fast.
Can I go look at this shiny pumpkin first?
You can.
Look at the rainbow pumpkin.
Oh, it does look quite rainbowy, doesn't it?
I want to touch it. Hello. Whee!
This is why you're not allowed to be in these things. This is why we don't have nice things, Paige.
The pumpkin has put me down. Okay.
She's now been pushed over.
Oh no. Stephen, the pumpkin doesn't like me.
Are you stuck in the pumpkin?
No, I'm getting it. I'm fine. I'll get there.
Malik, can you just drive and push it? Can you like fly your
No,
ship over
I
and
got
push it
it.
out the way?
I know what I'm doing. Hi, Malik. What am I looking at? I've played with the
Now
pumpkin.
that we're going to do what she was told.
I'm sorry. I was playing with
Yeah,
the pumpkin.
the thing right here in front of the ship.
Cool. Stephen, can you hit F12 for me?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. We were just realigning the view. Ooh.
I think I need to do it again.
All right.
A
Now, don't pick that up yet.
No.
But just take a real good look at it real fast.
Hello.
Oh,
It's a little probe. No, come back here, little probe.
it's rolling away.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to get too close to it because I'll run over it. So, hi, Malik. Hello.
So, are you just chasing it?
Well, he only asked me to look at it. Oh, he's
I'm
honking
trying
it.
to get it to do a thing.
Yeah,
It
you
does not seem
honking
to
it.
be actually. trying to, but it's not actually activating.
Maybe it's scared of the
Take
guns.
a look at that later.
Maybe it's scared of me.
Maybe.
Skymaster PTA say those are nice big guns. That's what I was thinking. Maybe it's just a bit scared.
Whoa.
She's not looking in my ear. Just anybody's watching. I don't have something on my face. She's in VR. She's looking at stuff in the window.
Look at that. Hi, Stephen.
Hello.
Oh.
So one of the things that we did just do was realign your sight. So that's one a good tip to have if you're playing VR. So you can do it using the Oculus controllers, which I have right here. When I did it earlier, you can pull that up and you can use these and got really nice cool motion with your hands. If you hit F12, it will recenter your screen. So say if you're sitting at another side of the room and you want to go over and sit on your couch instead, you can hit the button F12, which you can change, but it's standard to F12 just now for us. We're not endorsed by anything Oculus, by the way. That's me. I'm like showing the controllers, just showing the difference that you can do set up. Like Paige says, she's using the Xbox controllers, which she's used to.
Hello,
and
friend.
Malik is using his HOTAS.
Yes.
Oh, and there we have Commander Malik coming up now.
Would you like some sulfur? I got it for you. It's a gift.
So Charlie Desperado says VR to console this new gen, and we have no comment on that just now around VR and the new generation consoles coming out. When we do have any information, please watch our forums and social media. We will make sure that we tell everything about it when we do. Necrobob, is VR still a thing? Yes, it is. I actually, funnily enough, when I was at university, I had this amazing opportunity to go out to Copenhagen and work with these film students, and we got to make like story worlds and make video games, and we got to go to a lot of events around there. Really, really kind of indie kind of studio stuff, and that was the first experience I ever had with VR, and it was quite new. And ever since then, it's just came leaps and bounds, and now we use VR not only for games, but we also use it for like hospitals, the hospital for mental trauma, and we help people who to try and experience things that they can't. And that's probably what's quite important is that, like Malik said, through this, you actually feel like you're in the planet, you're out there doing it, you have that emotion, and I think all they need now is to add like smell or air or dust. If you really want to, just put a fan up.
Now, Malik, I did pick up your probe, by the way.
Okay.
If you want it, if you want it back, but ooh. I think...
we're good. Yeah, you can carry that inside. So.
Oh yeah.
What we can do now is that the probe that you're carrying, or a sensor, or a link, is actually like the key to these doors, so you can just go in through the door now.
Alrighty. Oh, this is calming. Good. I totally don't feel like Stephen's going to murder me.
I'm not going to do anything, but this is what's really cool. You guys are watching the exact same thing that I'm watching, and we're just watching it like it's kind of the normal game here. But to be in Paige's experience right now, going through this corridor, if a lot of people have said in the chat, once you go VR, like you just can't go back to it. I've had the fortune of trying it in VR, and I can guarantee that if this experience was ever available to me, I've driven a PC that's strong enough to do it, but to come in and look around this, it's just amazing. After seeing it, it's brilliant.
Hello, friend.
Yeah, and the commanders.
Yeah,
oh, sorry.
Again, like if this is the whole, VR, it feels like you're actually there. When these were first introduced to the game, like there's many videos of me accidentally flying through stars, like dropping out of hyperspace and me screaming quite loud. But going into this area, like I'm always waiting for like a jump scare or something.
Yeah. The fear that comes in.
Oh, two friends.
What are they doing?
They're dancing.
They're playing.
They're having fun. Well, this guy keeps going over here. Oh,
it's hitting
great, Malik. Malik, it's ejecting. Yeah, that's alright. I'll try it too. Sorry. I'm gonna run away now.
Do not shoot any scavengers.
Ooh, look.
Griffin OFH says.
Shinies.
Someone,
I'm just
Bonnie
gonna...
says someone should make a compilation of Malik through stars.
That would be really good.
Oh,
whoa.
Yeah, there's a few of those.
So all I can really describe this as in VR is a mix between the first Alien film and a church.
And a church?
But you know how big and hollow and echoey churches feel?
Mm-hmm.
That is what looking up here feels like. It feels like looking into the roof of a church. Hi, Malik. We've got plenty of friends around
right.
here.
Now, Paige, since you're carrying the probe, let
Mm-hmm.
me see if we can find the hologram for the probe.
Oh,
What I need
hello.
you to do is just not this one, so the next
Nope.
pad.
So follow
Next
it round.
pad. Yep, go on that pad and then just deploy the probe.
Deploy the probe.
While you do that, I'm gonna go get the link that is
Okey-doke.
downstairs. I'll be right back.
He's off downstairs.
Just leave you alone in that room.
Oh.
Hello. Oh, hello,
Oh.
Shiny. Okay.
So you just deploy it here.
Right. Cool. Get out.
Get out of here.
You're being claimed.
Did you get it?
Did I get it? Oh no. Did I put it in the wrong? Oh, am I being silly?
I don't know where you put it. I can't find it.
Well, I threw it on the floor, so.
You can see it more than me. So, guys, do we have any more questions for VR? Because there is obviously things that you could do within the game, and Malik is here with his wealth of knowledge. And obviously, you can go over to his channels just now. We're in the chat a couple of times, and you can go over and check him out. But he does have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to VR because he's used it for such a long time. So we're in a great position here. So,
Ooh.
does this mean, Paige, that you're just going to be doing VR all the time?
Well, I'd love to be able to get one to be able to do so, yeah. Oh, look at that.
So I have been asked
Look at
as well
these
to turn
things.
up the game audio. Can you guys hear that?
Oh,
okay?
that's terrifying. Thank you.
Doughboy08 says, where's Frontier located? It's in Cambridge. We are in Cambridge at this moment.
Now, Malik, I did just. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Excuse me, mister.
Where did you throw it?
Well, it seemed to throw out behind me. Why would you do that?
Thank you, Jessica.
Now I'm on top of it.
Again, for this, I'm going to copy.
There, I think you got it.
Okay. Right, so, hold on. Right, where am I going now?
If you do have any issues with
Yeah, should be able
audio,
to drive on that pad.
On the shiny pad, okay.
if you have any issues with the audio, let us know and we will try and turn up the best we can. Somebody saying, Malik, can you turn yourself up a wee bit? Let's see if we can. This is high as
I might be able to.
That
Hold on.
sounded like something happened. Oh, yep, that's that.
Wow, 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 wow. So if you haven't been here before, guys, where are you? What are you doing?
Well, let's have a look, shall we? So, it's basically indescribable. You can find these sort of base type things, you know, on surfaces, and they always look a bit broken up and a bit destroyed. But some of them, if you have, as Max said, a sensor or a probe, you can gain access. And then you come round to this thing, which appears to be a machine of some kind. And we've popped in our sensors and our probes, and Malik went and found a link, which he put in, which sort of magics them all together.
So over here, I have a sensor for you to put into this one.
Oh, okie dokie. I have a gift of a sensor.
And just so you know, Malik, you're getting your name sung in praises over here, saying that you are, if you want to know about elite science, Malik is 100% worth a follow. We've just got everybody saying how brilliant you are at this.
Excuse me, help spy. No, not the scavenger. Uh-oh. Nothing happened. Ignore me. Just help spy. Oh. Sorry, guys.
Honey's saying give Malik an excuse to get out the whiteboard, and he's all over it.
That is true.
Ah,
I do love a whiteboard. I actually used to have a whiteboard in my room. Besides that.
Okay, so we just sort of...
Yeah, my stream can be a little bit weird sometimes because I do a lot of like technical explanation kind of stuff. So yes, I do have a whiteboard that I pull out from time to time because I know myself. If I see a thing, I learn it a lot faster than just being told how to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of a thing on my stream. It's a weird thing, but it is a thing.
That's good, and that's really good because, like I said, you do stream for quite a while, and Elite is one of your main games, and it is in VR. So check it out.
Yep.
All right, so...
All right, and Paige,
Yep.
lastly but not least, you got the link right here to put into this last one.
Oh, well, shouldn't you do it, Malik? You've come all this way, and we've done all this. I think you should get the honours.
Go on, Malik.
Especially because we know what's next.
Danny, turn the audio back up for this one.
You can do it.
I think because you were the first one in the instance, it's only accepting yours.
Well,
though.
fine.
I try to do it. So
If it
yeah.
wants to be that grumpy, then fine.
Well, you tried
Yeah,
to
I
at
know.
least.
I know.
Excuse me, I wanted to lock onto that one. Thank you. Thank you. Give me that. Phew. Okay.
But yeah, like one of the things that I mean, I'm lucky enough that the amount of people that come in and watch my stream, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder why people come watch the stream, but somehow I've been the most watched Elite Dangerous streamer on Twitch for the past 3 years because of it.
Fantastic.
It's the community on Elite is amazing. I've flown around the planet, met with people at conventions. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get to pretty much fly around in a spaceship for my job now. It's kind of weird, but yeah.
That's brilliant, and I had the absolute pleasure of meeting you at Fantasticon, and we have other events coming up. So the next event that's coming up will be ECM, and that's on the 11th of April. It will be in Cambridge, so get your tickets because they're selling out very quickly to check that out. But it was an absolute pleasure to meet you, and you know you've got yourself quite a reputation, especially with a civilized. Well, it's not like a civilization. I don't mean that, but with a certain group called the Golconda, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, I was the first one to actually arrive at the Golconda. That Galnet entry came out that day, and we just followed the clues, and we were first on scene, which was an amazing thing. And then all the storyline that came out of that as well, it was insane.
Yeah. So I mean, you've got a really good history with the game, and we appreciate you coming on and sharing your experience and knowledge with us.
Thank you. All right, now, Paige, I think the next thing we have, the machine in the middle, if you target it and scan it,
Will do.
we have a little bit of a light show.
All right. So is that the audio is up for that? I think I'm in
Ooh.
the game now.
Oh, hold on. Obviously, all my buttons are all messed up. Where are we? Wait, cool.
So Gordon Fiala says VR is super bad for your eyes. You strain them too much. Earlier on, Malik was talking about you can actually adjust the settings. He was getting some bad experiences with VR when he originally started. But if you actually fix the eyeness, what was it called again, Malik?
The IPD, or Interpupillary Distance.
Interpupillary
If you go to an optometrist, this is the big thing, is that a lot of optometrists, if you go to them and ask them, what is my IPD? They will think that you're trying to buy glasses online. So if you tell them, hey, I need this for a VR headset, and kind of explain it to them, they usually will give you that number.
Wow.
Whoa, and here we go.
And that should hopefully help with your nausea. We've got Rusty Dog. Is that Paige under there?
Hi.
Hello,
Stop that.
that's Paige. Yep.
Look, it's a light show.
Yeah. So this is
Oh, and
probably stunning. I have no idea. What are you thinking? How's it look, Paige?
it's gorgeous. And they're throwing all our toys on the floor. Rude. But yeah, it's absolutely
Can you go into the
beautiful.
outside camera? It's kinda nice to see
Not
it.
with the pad, but where's the keyboard? Keyboard.
Paige has her own secret setup.
There we are.
So what does this mean? What's going on? What's happening here? That's beautiful. Oh.
This is still one of those things we don't quite know.
Oh. It does look absolutely. It kind of looks like pollen a wee bit, doesn't it? It's like a galaxy filled pollen to me. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know. It looks like the galactic map to me. Says Phi Zero.
It does look a bit spacey, doesn't it?
Flintlock Engineering says, "Hey guys, finally managed to catch a dev stream. Woo, woo, woo! Welcome to our dev streams."
And what a sight you've arrived to. It's not terrifying at all.
Griffin Off says it might be a path back to the Thargoid homeworld. We have no idea.
Guess you'll have to follow it.
Look at the magic. That's just absolutely
But yeah.
beautiful.
One of the things that again kind of has made my Twitch stream popular has just been for the last couple of years, I've had this hypothesis that just looking at all the Galnet entries, all the events that have happened in the game, I have yet to see a single event where the Thargoids have ever attacked first. If you start tracing every single event in the game, humans always did something to them first. So that's been one of those kind of, it's been like a running joke, the whole, I'm pretty sure people that have seen that TV show, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the whole Pepe Sylvia conspiracy board thing going on, right? We kind of do that on the stream. We talk about all the different lore things, showing off, explaining where in history all this stuff comes. So we do a lot of that Thargoid related lore thing.
Yeah. So, Full City Games, ask Malik about his whiteboard. We already have. We've discussed it in length.
We have discussed
We've
the
discussed
whiteboard.
this lovely whiteboard. This is a famous whiteboard. Coffee Junkie 22, where does Malik scream? You are on Mixer. I have sent through all channels.
Whoa.
Well, it's not seemed to go through on Mixer, but you can find him on Twitch. Do you have Mixer, Malik?
No, I do not.
You do not, so it's
Sadly,
Twitch.
I am a Twitch partner, so because of that, I can only stream on Twitch. Any videos that I record, due to agreements and stuff, I can put onto YouTube, but after a 24-hour period. So
Fair enough. So you can catch up with VODs if you want to, or you can go check him out live on Twitch. And we will raid him after this stream if you are on Twitch, so you'll be able to be thrown over there nice and easily.
Can I'm so sorry, Malik. I need to read out the chat. Right.
Close enough.
Commander Scorpius says, ask Malik about Thargoids with flowing blonde hair.
oh god,
Right.
not that.
I've kidnapped Malik.
That might be something. If people are interested in that, they'll have to come to my stream later.
And check that
Try and
out.
explain that away.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Well, do you know what? I don't know about you, Paige, but how are you feeling? Because that's you now been in VR for almost an hour now. That's 55 minutes in.
Stop hitting our friends. It's actually pretty good.
I think you've just totally zoned out that you're not even in a live stream now. You're just like,
I'm good.
so do this. So what's going to happen, guys, is I'm going to leave. Paige and Malik are just going to sit and play
Yeah,
here
just
all night.
gonna
I'm going to go
play-
home. See you later.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Well done.
tuning in tonight.
I'm gonna make some friends.
Commander Mike TV page is an SRV Billy. Again, if you've seen any of our streams or want to see any of our streams, they are all saved on YouTube. You can check them out there. And we have a
Get out
full
there.
throttle stream where Paige actually starts ramming into things and trying to shoot me while we're racing. It's very uncool because we're trying to race and it's professional. It's not cool. It's not cool.
I killed my friend.
Why are you shooting your friends? This is why you're not allowed in VRs for much longer.
I mean, why not? Malik, I might need some support over here. I've made some friends. Uh-oh.
Don't.
Run! Run!
No. Friends! Get out of here.
Paige made a really bad move here. But until you blow up, I think that could be enough of
Hello.
the fantastic experience that is VR today. Because we've got 5 minutes left to go. Malik, is there anything else that you want to bring up about VR? Anything else?
I'm sorry.
I know that like a lot of people are going to be having a lot of questions. I'm actually planning on being live on my channel for the next few hours or so. So if people want to come by and just ask stuff, I can do the technical part of things that I do with the whiteboard if need be.
The whiteboard will come out. I can't believe that. That'll be
If need be.
So if need be, right, go ahead. So this is what Paige looks like without a big bit of machinery on her face. If you haven't seen her before.
Whoa!
Oh, I think that the headset is now down on the ground.
I think we blew up.
Yeah, something's happened over there on the different screen. So thank you for tuning in tonight. And as we were saying, we're going to try and raid and send over people on Twitch. If you're not on Twitch, if you're watching us through YouTube or Mixer, if you go to www.twitch.tv/Malik_VR, you can get to know him a wee bit better, see the really cool stuff he does on Twitch and the stream. Now we are supporting the VR Oculus Rift S on Steam, and we are using that. If you have any more Steam questions, please let us know. Communicate us on the channels. We are on all social media basically. Well, we've got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, we've got our forums, we're on Steam forums, we'll go on Reddit, we check all this stuff
Yeah,
out.
Discord,
so please let us
everything.
know. Discord, we can message us on Discord or email us in. And for that, so Malik, before we end up wrapping up this stream, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to, or give anything extra?
Oh shoot, there's pretty much. I mean, there's so many amazing content creators on YouTube, Mixer, Twitch, all over the place. I know most of the ones on Twitch, but that's usually most of the community that I work with. If I know at least there, you go into any one of those streams, talk with people, they'll be able to answer questions and stuff for people that are new to the stream, all the way up to people that are experienced and just want to hang out and talk about things.
Fantastic.
It's been a very good time. The world is terrifying right now.
Yeah,
and that's because I'm not in VR, so
it's
I'm
kind
gonna
of
just
a wee
go
bit
back
different
into-
for you just now. But yeah, so thank you so much again, Malik, for coming on. Your tattoo is actually kind of going for the green screen there just now. Thank you
Oh,
so much for coming
no.
on. Didn't realise that there either.
Again, thank you for having me.
No, and hopefully, like you said, it was quite a while ago that we had you on. It was with Will and Ed. So hopefully it won't be that long again. We'll get you on sometime soon.
Very much so. But yes, go check out Malik, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you for tuning in
Gosh,
today, guys.
what a stream!
What a fantastic stream. But thanks for joining, guys, and we'll see you next week on Monday when we'll be back with our Monday stream.
Right, see you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.